And if anybody can make a case to try to convince us that that Arsenal are Man City's rivals in what, I don't know what format that would be. Is it, I don't know, top six rivals? Is that a thing? So he's got that firm belief, unshakable belief in himself, his coaching staff and his players. And you have to admire that. Unthinkable that they could meet in a Champions League final again. And it's certainly not out of the question that Raheem Sterling, who hasn't won the Champions League with Man City, could it actually score the winner? He's obviously talking about City letting players go, Courtney, and they've sold Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal already. Raheem Sterling is now a Chelsea player, which I think has at least raised eyebrows. And more on Sterling a little bit later. Ake's been linked with a move to Chelsea. Zinchenko now linked with Arsenal. So which way do you look at it? Because there's an argument to say that Pep is selling to, and I'm using this term very loosely, it's in inverted commas, I'm not quite sure I believe it, rivals. But also, well, yeah, what Simon was saying, there's surplus to requirements at Man City, and maybe Pep just doesn't believe it's worth worrying about who these players go to, because he's still going to be better than them.
Yeah, I think there's the two sides to it in terms of Pep, to me, comes across as a guy that, you know, you're either in my squad or you're not, and if I don't need you, that, like, not in a bad way, but I think he's got so much belief within his squad and his people that that's what he's bothered about at that time. And if for whatever reason he doesn't think Raheem's going to be part of that, then that's fine for him to go. In terms of rivals, I probably agree, and I'm probably going to get some flack from the Gunners fans here, but I don't think Arsenal are rivals. They've progressed, they've got better. They've got better under Arteta, and I will say that without a doubt. But they're not going to go this season and challenge for the title. There's not a chance in hell, not against City.
Can I just say something there? Better under Arteta is fantastic. But also, nobody can disagree with you. And if anybody can make a case to try to convince us that that Arsenal are Man City's rivals in what, I don't know what format that would be. Is it, I don't know, top six rivals? Is that a thing? I mean, they're so far behind, they can't be considered rivals. So if you do think that City selling Jesus to Arsenal is City selling to a rival, explain to us in clear terms how exactly Arsenal rival Manchester City. Because if somebody comes on and makes a case, then that's fine.
Yeah,
we're all ears.
Happy enough to listen to it. Now, Chelsea, for me, slightly different. I wouldn't say, again, do I think they're going to go and win it? No. Do I think they'll be top four and be closer to Man City? Yes. Do I think they've potentially, on their day, have a chance of taking points off City home and away? Potentially. So that's then a different situation. And Raheem Sterling, 27 years old, he's still in his prime, everything that he's achieved. So, yeah, I'm surprised at that. But equally, like we've said, I think Pep, once the situation is gone and Raheem's not in the picture, then wherever he goes, it won't bother Pep because he's got so much belief within City and what they do. It's
almost disrespectful from Pep. I mean, it's just self-belief and the belief that whatever, wherever Sterling goes, wherever Jesus goes, it doesn't really matter because he believes what he's doing at City and the players he's got at City will win a fifth title in 6 years, which, when I think about it, is an incredible stat, but that's what it'll be if they win the title next season. So he's got that firm belief, unshakable belief in himself, his coaching staff and his players, and you have to admire that. But it is actually, I think it is a teeny bit disrespectful, and it's almost enough to pin up on the dressing room wall to say, hang on a minute, he's basically saying, it doesn't matter where you go, you ain't going to bother us, you ain't going to come near us. We've got to remember, a couple of Champions League finals ago, Chelsea beat Manchester City. So it's not unthinkable that they could meet in a Champions League final again. And it's certainly not out of the question that Raheem Sterling, who hasn't won the Champions League with Man City, could it actually score the winner?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the one that Pep wants, isn't it, in terms of the Champions League. So it's interesting. But also you've got to think about at this point, what influences Raheem. He said about being closer to home, having his friends and family there. So in an ideal world, did Pep and City want him to go to Chelsea? Probably not. But if he's pushed it and you've got the different offers on the table and things to think about, then, maybe that's more of his decision than City. But again, I think once that decision is gone, that Raheem is going, they probably won't fight with him over where he goes because they've maybe got more respect from him than that. I don't know. Only inside, but yeah, as a player where you want to go, where your offers have got, and if he's got so many offers on the table and Chelsea's the one that he really wants to push, then that might be a side to it as well.
I think there's it's kind of disrespectful to the club he's selling to, but it's respectful to the player.
Yeah,
as in Raheem Sterling, as we understand it, wanted to move south, back home to London, as he called it, and Pep Guardiola isn't going to stand in his way with that. So I think that is and Raheem Sterling, with what he's done at City, has kind of earned that respect as well. So for me, it's kind of good management, if you like. But he could come back to haunt them. That's the reality, because he is that good. I make you right. He is that good. And we'll get more into Sterling a little bit later on. However, I think that I'm trying to think, in his time at Man City, I can't think of a player that's left under Pep Guardiola where he's thought to himself afterwards, privately, or we've looked at it and thought, I bet he wishes he hadn't got rid of that player. I can't. It's all, they've got better and better and better, haven't they?
Yeah, I think with Pep Guardiola, it's always a process, isn't it, about where he's going. He's probably planning 2, 3, 4 seasons ahead. That's how intricate the detail seems to be with him. So there's obviously a rhyme, a reason, a process in terms of Haaland's coming now as the transfers that they will be looking at and making. And again, not just for this season, but then he'll be thinking about January. He'll be looking at, right, what players are out of contract the next season and what can we do in the next window. So there's obviously a reason behind it.
Is it a case of Pep Guardiola basically saying, you lot aren't going to bother us so our players can come and join your club? Is that a little bit disrespectful, or has he messed up? Could it be that Pep Guardiola's actually messed up? 03717 22 3344.